Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Web Tools TV. And we have a special guest. I know all the guests are special, but Anne is extra special. No, I can't say that, can I? But anyway, a special friend. There we go. Welcome, Anne Smarty, to Web Tools TV. It's thrilling to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Sure. And we have
Thanks for
done
the
this.
question.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not that easy to schedule, I know, so I'm sorry. I apologize. I wish I could make it earlier, but
Oh, you're perfectly fine, and thank you for taking the time. We've done this a couple times. We've done for my blog guests, we've done viral content buzz, but this is the first time that we get to talk about you notice I said newer. I know it's not new, but newer project of my blog you. So this is very exciting. So, why don't we start by, oh, you know what? I know you, Anne, but just in case, maybe there's one person in the globe that doesn't know who you are. So why don't you go ahead and start by introducing yourself?
okay, I'm Ann Smarty, and I'm a blogger and internet marketing reporter recently. I used to provide SEO consulting services, then I became more passionate about social media, and now I'm about community management, and I have a few projects of my own, but my day job is community management and internet marketing ninjas, which I love. And I also have a few projects of my own that include my blogist, viral content buzz, and my blog you, the newest addition to the family.
Excellent. I do miss seeing you when I go get a cup of coffee.
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
I have a good office with a good smell of coffee right next door. So I do miss you grabbing coffee as well. So
There we go. There we go. So now let's talk about my blog you, because I don't know if I think people are familiar with, I hear about viral content buzz everywhere. So that definitely has got, not to, no pun intended, but has got the buzz out there that people know exists. But I don't know that a lot of people know about my blog you, so that's why we're here. So go ahead and tell us about my blog you.
thank you for inviting me to talk about that project. It's a very interesting one in terms of how community will understand it, because it has so many features that we experiment with, expecting some of them to flourish and some of them to get uh, neglected, which is common in any project. So
And Anne
the
would know, by the way. She's done this enough, she would know.
yes, but the community is living beings, so we give it as much as we can, and they can choose what they like more and what they want to develop further. That's how we created my blog as in the first place, and that's how we are developing my blog here as well, with basic idea of connecting people to collaborate on content in many ways, and all the features that it has all go from there. So you can go there and ask for any help with your content that you can imagine. Like, even if you cannot write because you're too swamped, you can just go and ask for help. Hey, I don't know what to write about. What would you suggest? And people just go and send you various ideas. Some of them are not that inspiring, and some of them will sparkle that inspiration, and you will create a great article. And I find myself going to my blog view anytime I'm stuck as well. I just open the collection of my ideas, which are all there, scroll through them, and finally find something that I really want to write about right now. So I do that, and it's very effective in that way. That's the main feature that we have, helping writers and bloggers and content providers to get unstuck, because so much content is being produced right now. It's tough to find something original, unique, something that's not covered to death right now. So that's the main idea: help people create content that really stands out, some epic content that we call it.
Excellent. And it's so true. It's like everything's saturated. When I go to write something, I'm like, oh, I think I've probably written it 15 times, let alone everybody else in the world has written on it. So
Yes, the
that,
funny thing is that when I'm going to write something and I research in Google and find my article on that I wrote 5 years ago, and hey, I already did that, so no way I'm going to do that again.
Now, I keep thinking about my blog you as far as the interview part, which is, I mean, that's huge. The opportunity. I've seen so many interview articles. And when I'm talking about interview, that could be interpreted several different ways. But in this context, and Anne, feel free to correct me if I explain this wrong, but we're talking about a written format versus like I do video interviews, but we're talking about a way to collect views, opinions, feedback from, let's say, 25 people and their view on social media. That's really general, but what Anne's done with my blog is actually given you a platform where you can go in and request from people and they respond and you can accept or reject. But what you're saying, Anne, is it's even beyond that. I hadn't thought about the unstuck, but it's true. I go in there thinking interview, and then while I'm there, I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Oh, I can offer a suggestion here. I can now. Granted, I don't live in my blog you, but when I am there, it's really easy to go help people. So that is really more the focus, is that helping versus just the interview article.
Yes, we don't want to focus on any particular trend which is now hot. We already had that mistake, and we don't want to over-focus it on something really, really specific, like expert interviews, which are hot. And that's not because we created that project, hopefully. But yeah, we have a special section at My Blog U where you can go and ask for expert quotes on any topic. You can use them in your article. That can be an article on its own. Some of my expert interviews are as long as 7,000 words, just from what My Blog U users sent me. And you will not believe how huge some of the answers are. Some people are really inspired when answering those. I was like, no way. Some of them really are like a separate article on its own. So just ask maybe 1, 2, 3, as many questions as you want, and you can even set the minimum character length of the answer. They can be yes and no. They can be like minimum could be 200, 300 words per answer. And you can set a deadline where you would like to publish that interview. And you can also make it a Twitter chat as well and invite all the contributors of that interview to the Twitter chat and set up the day and time and even message all of them, all of the accepted contributors to the in bulk so that they can join the Twitter chat. So it has all of those minimum little features that you can utilize in order to create a catchy expert roundup and make it even tweetable and get all those quotes collected in HTML code in one click. So it makes the process easier, but it's not that it's the only thing you can do inside my blog queue. It's actually collaborating on content in many ways, starting from brainstorming and finishing with creating expert roundups. And we will also, another feature that we are pushing right now, and I'm already testing it, not really open to public yet, but it will be article editing feature where you can upload the whole article and people will go in and say, hey, I would add this and this here, and hey, I would add that picture here, hey, I can help you with that. So it will be like you can invite co-writers to your article using my blog queue. That's another feature that's coming. Also collaboration on the content that way.
Wow, that's excellent, especially for there are people out there that have these excellent ideas, but maybe they're not like really into the grammar, and then there's other people that don't know what to write about, but man, they love to. So you can put those two people together and come up with a really dynamic, engaging article.
Yes, and it's all for free because it's collaboration. Next time I'm going to ask for help and people will help me, and probably in the future, if that feature goes hot, we will enable also some paying so that members could pay each other for that help they provide. I don't know yet. I'm brainstorming here. That's something that I had on my mind, helping people, great editors, earn money. Why not? Why not help them find people who need help, editing help? As at the first stage, it will be all free. You are helping, you're growing your My Blog You rank, which is your authority within the community that gives you more privileges. So, and just making connections through helping each other. That's the main idea of the project right now.
So that is like the Ann Smarty philosophy and strategy on like how to found new companies and new projects. So it's like you've developed, it's more than just my blog you. It is about Ann Smarty and your whole view on helping people and that collaboration, the community. I can see that theme, through the viral content buzz with Gerald Weber. I can see it in my blog guests, my blog you. So that definitely is a kudo to Ann Smarty.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm building those. That's why I'm inspired to build them, because that's what I do day to day. I help people. If you've never seen it, I never had meant to advertise my services because I was helping people, and so other people came to ask for my services. That's how I promoted my brand throughout all those ages, and that's how I'm building my project. That's the main idea behind everything I do. Just be helpful and build your brand by helping people.
It works. Everything you touch, Anne, turns to gold. So whatever, whatever it is, it works. Now, I do have a question on a personal level because I do use my blog you, and after this, I want to go use it all the more. Uh, but on the interview, I used to think, okay, there's rules. You know me, I tend to think there's more rules there than there really are. But as far as putting together the interview, you can, if you want to, just go grab the code that is produced by the system when you have all the answers from the different experts. But also, and I've seen some of your, was it on Forbes or was it Entrepreneur Business Entrepreneur, where you can also take the answers and incorporate them into more of an article format rather than separating it out. Is that how, I can't remember, is that how you did it on that particular article?
Yep, I did that in many types and forms. Sometimes I just the flow of the discussion is just the way that I just copy that code of my selected answers. You can select answers before you do the HTML output of those. So you can do that, or you can just grab it and copy and just use the quotes in your own context with your comments and explanations and your own subheadings. So definitely you can do the the way you want it to be. You are the editor and you are the writer. You can add as much content to it as you want, and you can do whatever you want. The only rule is if you select the answer, you use it, because that user will be notified by our system that, hey, someone chose to use your answer in this article, so go ahead and share it on social media. So we'd really like that answer to be in that article for our members not to be discouraged. So if you select, you can skip it. You can not check it, put a check mark on it. But if you select it, please use it in the article, because otherwise the member will be notified and will probably be discouraged.
So now what happens if someone selects and they choose that they're going to use 9 out of 10 answers, but then they don't publish the article? How does that work? Is there a way to still publish something that gives credit to the people that actually gave the quotes?
If you select the answer and you do not publish the article, you will be notified by my blogger system first that the deadline was not met and you didn't publish the article, and all the contributors will be notified of that as well. From there, you can message all of those contributors and explain why it didn't work, for example, and what you plan to do with those answers, and just decide together with them. Maybe you can publish them on another website, or that's everything it's the community, so you can discuss with whoever contributed to the article what they would like you to do with the answers.
See, Anne has built that all into the system. Communication, everything is covered as far as running your business. And I can tell you from doing interviews, it takes a lot of time to get a hold of people back and forth. And you've got maybe 5 emails back and forth with each person. If you've got 50 people, there's a lot of time put into that. But Anne has a system in my blog you that basically is doing 80% of that in the background. Like I said, the messaging everybody saves so much time.
Yes, exactly. I've done a few expert roundups myself before that. I know they go hot on social media very easily, because all of those experts that contributed usually share them on social media and post comments. And so that article is not just yours. There are more people that are interested in it going hot on social media. So there are a lot of shares and a lot of discussion. They are always very social and popular. So I've done a few of them before my blog was born, and I know how time-consuming it is. So when planning that functionality, I was trying to consider all of those things that could save you time, like reminding of deadlines, for example. Both you as the contributor, you can just lose track of everything, or the article might go live and you just forgot to put it to notify all your contributors. So that's another thing. The reminder is another way to encourage you go and connect with your contributors, saying, "Hey, I actually published it, but I forgot to tell you." So there are a lot of things like that. That's not a bad thing. Things like that just can slip your mind, and that's why we have all those reminders and messaging features that you can utilize to better
It's like
use.
I'm sorry,
No. Go ahead.
a programmatic checklist, a task to-do list that keeps track of it for you. So I have my second to last question, because my last question is always a tip. So I'm giving you like a few seconds to come up with that one, which you probably don't need because Anne always has a tip ready. But my second to last question is about on the theme of tool. You also have a plugin, correct?
Yep, we have WordPress plugin.
And
And
that,
yep, go ahead. Do you have a question, or it is a question already?
you know what? You go ahead because you know more than I do on your product.
It's just a plugin that helps you be on track of everything that happens within my blog view that in some way relates to you. So because we usually go and log into our WordPress probably more often than we go to any other place. For me, it's always email and WordPress dashboard, so backend. So, and this my blog view shows you everything that happens to you within my blog view. So you can see all the notification, use reminders, like new answers that go to that project, to go open project, so you can go ahead and all those reminders that we were talking about. So you can all of that you can see inside your WordPress backend. So that's just for you not to lose track of anything.
That makes sense. Now, is there any kind of, because people are going to ask this, any kind of load time issue or anything like that as far as working within the WordPress?
Nothing like that has been reported so far. We are keeping an eye. We know that if it can be different from WordPress environment to WordPress environment. That's not our first WordPress plugin, and we know it can be different for many people. So far, nothing like that has been reported, but we're keeping an eye.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you, Anne. And now we're on to our final question of the tip and what you could advise people, whether that's like a business practice or something specific to my blog view.
My best tip for now is don't try to do anything yourself. There are people that are ready to help you, and you don't even need budgets to get help. You can get help by giving help. So don't try to start by yourself. Don't try to launch anything by yourself. Seek help, and that's what we do at my blog Q. We provide that help, and we ask for help as well. So just being part of the community is much easier when you do anything than doing anything by yourself. I know, because when I was starting, I didn't know where to go, so I was trying everything, and it took me probably a year to figure out which community is best for me and what way I could get real help. And that's what boosted my career, when I found the right community to learn things and to meet the right people. I hope that my blog will be that community for you.
Excellent, beautiful. And I was going to say, how can we find Anne Smarty? Although I don't think you're that hard to find on the internet. But how would you like people to find you, Anne?
I think that I'm most responsive on Twitter. because it delivers everything on my desktop and my iPhone. So I receive everything in very quickly, and I respond to everyone on Twitter. So just tweet to me, tag me SEO Smarty on Twitter, and I respond to everyone.
Excellent. And guys, don't forget to go visit myblogu.com. You can look at Anne's lower third and you'll see it there. And if you haven't already set up an account, set one up and start poking around in there and meeting all the wonderful people that Anne has gathered together in this project. And thank you, Anne, so much for joining us and telling us about yourself as well as My Blog You. It's been great seeing you.
Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. And see you all, same time, same place, next week on the next episode of Web Tools TV. Thanks.